Oh, the things you can think. Happy Friday, everybody. Today's Moments conversation is going to be focused around Dr. Seuss. Like I do every week, I have a week focused on Moments conversations. And if this is your first one, welcome. I have a whole playlist full of Moments conversations you can check out. I kind of just talk through quotes and kind of talk about how they're applicable to the moment. If you didn't see how I started the video, oh, the things you can think. It is a classic Dr. Seuss quote. You hear it in Seussical the musical. They have a fun soundtrack if you want to listen to it. It's just a fun little thing. But, oh, the things you can think. There's so many things we can think right now and come up with because our brains are our own power and we can decide to think what we want to think and do what we want to do and come up with fun things to do for ourselves, like what I'm doing right now with you guys and with me. Yeah. All the quotes are not going to be from all the places you'll go, but I have my cheat sheet in here so it looks like I'm reading from an actual book and not just holding up a blank piece of paper. It's going to look nicer, so that's just so you know. This quote is really applicable to right now. When you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unslumping yourself is not easily done. That is really self-explanatory. I'm in a slump some days. A lot of us are in our own slumps that are hard to get through, but it's not easy to get out of it, but it's good to recognize that that's where we are, I think. And he has a good point by, like, it's not easily done, but, like, it is work, and we gotta do it. And that's really all I got for that one quote. Next one. Cool? Next quote. I know it is wet, and the sun is not sunny, but we can have lots of good fun that is funny. Like I said last week, there's not a limited amount of fun. Fun is not finite. Fun is something that we can keep on having, it's up to you to do it. And today, here in New Jersey, it is rainy. I don't know the weather everywhere else and how it is for you guys, but it kind of feels like the sun's not shining because of the state of the world and the state of our day-to-day. But there is still so much fun that we can have that is funny with each other and with yourself and with the fun little activities we do. Yeah! Ba-dum-bum-bum. The next quote. Fantasy is a necessary ingredient in living. It's a way of looking at life through the wrong end of a telescope. Fantasy is important. It's really important to look at things in a fun, different way. And fantasy is also just important for yourself and how you usher your life. Obviously, some of these are just my opinions. Everyone can feel free to disagree. Like, some people need to be realists, and that's totally valid, and, like, that's your choice, but sometimes the optimism and the fantasy does us all good, or at least for me, and it's great to have that in life because it brings a smile to your face to think about some fantasy, and it makes you feel all excited and, like, sometimes warm and fuzzy depending what that fantasy is. And who says there's one right way to look at something? There's really not. You can look at things in so many different ways that have opinions, but like science and facts, there's one right way to look at that. This next quote is a quote about the moments and memories, and this has been resonating with me a lot because I've been having a lot of transitions in life. I was an undergrad student, and then I went to go work in New York, and I graduated school in December. And then that all ended when this hit, and I had to find a new transition very quickly. So this is the quote. Sometimes we'll never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. This is applicable to any moment in life. I was looking back at the values of my moments I've had, like I said, in my internship, and when I was working in New York, and at school, and when I studied abroad, at X, Y, and Z, all those cool experiences I was so fortunate enough to have. But we won't know the value of this moment until we get through it. We won't know what we gained from it or how we grew. Like, I know in some ways I'm definitely growing in this moment. How? I don't know yet because I'm in it. I'm in the mud of it. I have to clean myself off from the mud before I actually know. So it's going to be some time, but we will grow from this moment, and this moment will become a memory, and we won't know how important this time was. Like I always say, don't fantasize this moment, don't romanticize it. It's not a fun place to be, but we won't know the value of it until the future. Life's too short to wake up with regrets. So love the people who treat you right, forgive the ones who don't, and believe that everything happens for a reason. If you get a chance, take it. If it changes your life, let it. Nobody said it'd be easy, they just promised it would be worth it. Harvey McKay. Life is too short to live with regrets. There's another regret quote that I want to share with you, but that will be saved for another day. But love the people who treat you right. That's so true. And yeah, it's okay to forgive the ones who didn't. It's not worth the energy to keep a pent-up aggression against them or hold a grudge, because it's not worth it. And it's not where your energy should be expended to sometimes. Sometimes the feelings they caused you are still worth feeling because it hurt. But don't live with a regret about it. Don't regret that you were in that situation because it happened. And if you regret it, like, you're just giving that moment more power than it should. And it's like, okay, well, it happened, and sometimes it's not your fault. Sometimes it just happened. So, yeah, it's not easy. Life isn't easy, but gotta kind of take life by the wheel and kind of go with it. Yeah, this is just my opinions and my thoughts, like I said, but these thoughts and opinions might change and grow and transform into something else as I learn and experience more. So I have one more quote left for today, and it's a classic one, and I thought it's very fitting because Earth Day was on Wednesday, and there's been a lot of thought about people caring, and we need to care for our planet, care for each other, and all collectively take action and social distance, physical distance right now, because it's important to care about this. So this is from one of my favorite Dr. Seuss stories. It's called The Lorax. A lot of you know it. Like, the Lorax speaks for the trees. So it's, like, applicable because it's Earth Day this past week on Wednesday, and it's also applicable because this quote is useful a lot of places. It's the last little bit of the Lorax. The quote is, "Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better." It's not. I think this quote means a lot right now. This past week I saw a lot of protests because they don't care, or they feel like their liberties are being taken away. And people don't necessarily care about the environment or care about staying home because of the virus. And they're opening up things early. If we don't care, things won't get better. And this is a wake-up sign to have things get better. It does make my heart warm seeing all the people that do care, and the people who are clapping every day at 7 p.m. for the nurses and the doctors and the people going home at the end of their shifts. It is really refreshing to see those moments of humanity. But, like, it goes back to the quote, one person needs to really start caring, and that caring has a big effect. And I can see a lot of people caring, and there's some people who don't care, and there'll always be that. But it is a very important quote just to relish in and just sit in and think about. Yeah, I'm not going to say any more about it. The quote is speaking for itself, I would say. So yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for another great week. I had a lot of fun this past week. Thank you so much for letting me try and cheer me on with these new skits and sketches I've been trying. I have an exciting lineup for next week. Next week we have some returning concepts and skits, which I can't wait to bring to you. And yeah, thank you for going on this journey with me. I've been having a lot of fun. I've been thinking a lot, and I think I've grown a lot, and it's been great doing this with you all. So thank you for supporting me and being out there. So like this video if you can, and subscribe to my channel. Love the support. And I'll see you guys back here on Monday. If you have any collaboration ideas, let me know. And on that, I'm going to leave it at this. Alex is out.